just a country boy, and he's making it good. He was y'all's underdog, dressed in overalls, living next to the wood. He liked to eat the sushi, but he don't even fish. Not so much a country boy, it's more like he's country-ish. Moved out of Hickory and headed for Southern Cal. Wound up in TV and film, making Popsicle proud. Now this country boy is back with his family. Got himself a podcast, he knows it'll last, cause he's in Hickory.
Can we get that pause button? Hey! Huh? Yeah! What up, bumpkins? Welcome to episode 141 of Country-ish, and today's show, it's like a sick monkey in a mossy mosh pit. Comedian Shane Mauss is going to zoom in to talk about his Mind Under Matter Campout Festival in Raleigh, North Carolina. In Best Trends, there's a new docuseries on Netflix about the 1999 Woodstock, and it's called Trainwreck. And boy, is it. We're going to talk about that. Speaking of Trainwrecks, my good friend Mark Hunt is here, so we're going to do some exchanging or unboxing of gifts we hunted down for each other from a Goodwill. It's called Goodwill Hunting. And in small town news, a Florida woman was caught driving a golf cart on the interstate with an open bottle of Jack Daniels. And now she's a caddie for John Daly. JK, stick around. Hit that share button. It's going to be a great show. We're live right now on Facebook and YouTube. And I got 3 people up in here checking your comments. Over here to the left, I've got Elliot the intern. And next to him is his intern called Intern Sergeant Mark Havelball. Sorry, I always get gassy right in this moment. Had some Chick-fil-A earlier. And over here, sitting by his handsome self, is a very famous legend from Hickory, North Carolina, Mark Hunt, also known as Marcus Stamos. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Let's do everything singing.
I wouldn't mind it
if we did.
God, good. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you, man.
Yeah, so we were going to talk about the Woodstock 99 docuseries. Have you seen that thing?
I watched it the other day on a whim. I didn't know we were going to talk about it, but I watched it.
I'm glad you did.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
It's
crazy.
Great. Have you ever been in a mosh pit?
No.
Let me ask the people at home. Have you ever been in a mosh pit? Leave in the comments section. We'll talk about it. If I don't talk about it today, I got these 2 interns trying to check your comments. If it's funny and it pertains to the show and they can get to it quickly, maybe we'll talk about it today. If not, maybe tomorrow or next week. And how you know I do that? I read comments from last week right now. Last week I asked everybody, have you ever stolen a vehicle? Maybe you've done it by accident. That could have happened. Some of you got back to me. Danny Jackson, super fan. Danny Jackson, we love ourselves some Danny Jackson. He said, I stole my parents with my brother, LOL. I need more to that story, Danny. So did you steal your parents? So you and your brother both stole their vehicle. Did you ever give it back? We had someone zoom in one time and talk about, there's a caller who talked about their mom trying to run them over with a vehicle or something one time in a park. I forgot who that was. Anyway, Shane Flint, he said, when I seen him in Richmond, Virginia, he lost his wallet. Now, he's talking about Sebastian right here. Now, last week, you weren't in here, Stamos, but Sebastian talked about how he lost his car in Florida.
Does not surprise me.
He loses everything.
Yeah.
And lost his phone was in there. Forgot where he parked his car. We're going to talk about this Country-ish after dark. But, yeah, Shane was in Richmond when Sebastian came to visit and remembers Sean losing his wallet. I don't know how he does it. I don't know how he's functioned this long. I
don't know how he gets up and puts his clothes on every day. I really don't know how he...
Well, how he finds his feet.
Gets ready for
life.
He
loses everything if they wouldn't attach to him, yeah. Sonia Collings, she said, I'm hoping to bring Lainey and Demetrius on Reeps Peeps Cruise with Mark Scarberry. Me too, Sonia Collins. But we're not calling it Reeps Peeps anymore. We're going to call it the Sea Amigos Cruise. But yeah, bring Mark, bring yourself, bring Laney and Demetrius, I guess I'm saying it wrong. Now check this one out. Last week in the small town news story, we talked about that guy who stole a truck and then he said he heard voices in his head, Biden telling him to go to a U.S. Space Force base or something. So Jason Hartsoe, his comments about that story, he says, the timing. So let me go into slight detail about this article. I had an idea that this was being used. So likely he was obviously on drugs, the guy who stole the truck, but the voice he heard may have in fact been real. There's military tech. It's declassified now. But tech that can actually pinpoint sound directly into a single person and literally hear it within your head or just your personal space. The devices are flat panels and can center sound into a single point of direction with laser-like precision. Only you will hear it. Not kidding. I've not only seen it in person, but you can find online videos of it and how they used it, as well as the patents. This is where I go to my military professional here, country-ish military expert, Sergeant Mark Haverball. Have you heard of this?
I've never heard of it.
Okay.
Apparently, I wasn't good enough to be pinpointed.
Hang on. What about now?
Oh, shit.
I've actually heard of it. Yeah, I've seen stuff on the Sci-Fi Network where they just... It's like a gigantic sort of sound wave, sound speaker type thing that pinpoint. Have one big speaker that can go out, blast sound, but they can also pinpoint it. And it can go like right microscopically on your forehead, and you think that it's in your head, but really it's just a precision audio wave that they're channeling, they're focusing right on your forehead. I've heard of this too, so I don't know if that's what this guy, I don't know if that's what was happening, but isn't that crazy? But look, thank you for the comments, guys. I do appreciate it. We're not just a live show. We're also a regular show for your ear holes, And I wish I could sonically beam this into your head. So you have to listen to us and not just watch us. We're on Apple Podcast, Spotify, Pandora, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Podbean, anywhere you get your podcast. If you want to help us out, join our Patreon support page. Just $5 and up will get you access to our country-ish After Dark show. After Dark. The next one, I believe we said is going to be. That's not right. August the 23rd will be the next one. We do it at 9:30 right after this show. We get crazy. We zoom you into the show. We play games with you, and we get all kinds of crazy up in here. So that's going to be Country-ish After Dark, August 23rd at 9:30. Go to countryish.com, click on support, sign up. If you got no money and you want to help, you can do that too. Write a nice review on Apple Podcast. If you do it, I'll have one of my interns read it live on the show, give you a toot of the air horn. Normally, this is where I have my hayseed Gen Z, intern Isaiah, read it in his sweet Southern Virginia accent, but he's not here. And the reason he's not here is because, the Alan Jackson come down with the COVID. So he's back there in the booth, sealed off. Okay, not that we're worried about it, but Isaiah works at a nursing home, his other job, where my dad is. And so he was like, just in case, maybe I'll sit this one out. So no Isaiah on account of the safety for the old people. All right? Not us. We're fine. So he's not here. But instead, I'm going to have Sergeant Mark Haverball read the newest Apple Podcast review. Go
yes,
ahead,
sir.
buddy.
So it says, awesome podcast, 5 stars. This is from Rebel Zach. It says, funniest podcast in the last couple of years. John and Isaiah are funny. Elliot and Mark are sweet.
Oh, well, nice.
I'm thinking he's more of the sour, though.
Appreciate you. Go ahead. Oh, everyone's got a... Wait,
I'm going to run all the gas out
All three
of
of you had one. I'm glad I didn't hit this now. All right. Well, did you hit the share button yet? Remember when I asked you that at the beginning of the show? In case you're just tuning in, we like it when you hit the share button. And one thing we've been doing, there was a time where I'd put a wig on my head, look like Cher, the singer, and I'd do the Cher stare. That's when I look right at the camera, sing a Cher song, and try and get you to hit the share button, Cher stare. I don't do it anymore unless we get to 5,000 stars. That's a new thing. If you hit the stars, that's like dropping money, right? So like I think $10 is a penny. No, 10 stars is a penny, something like that. So, it sounds like it's a lot, but it's not. If we get to 5,000 stars, I think that's a total of maybe $50. I'll let you choose who puts the wig on and does the share stare at the end of the episode. So start dropping stars now, and whoever drops the most at the end of the show, like I said, you'll get to choose who puts the wig on and sings a Cher song. Huh? Okay. Tour dates, let's plug them. August the 19th, I'm going to be in Bristol, Tennessee with Reno Collier. Yeah, me and Reno. It's the Reapin' Reno show at the Paramount in Bristol, Tennessee. It's kind of close to Virginia, so I think Isaiah and his whole family is going to show up. August the 20th, I'll be in Alpharetta, Georgia. That's right outside of Atlanta at the Green at Crab Apple Market. August 26th and 27th, Fort Worth, Texas at Hyenas. And one of them shows, Gingers are getting in for free, for real. All right, let's move on. How was your weekend, Mr. Marcus Stamos?
Oh, weekend was fine. Went down to went to the beach, as you can tell.
Oh my gosh,
see my
that's
tan?
right. You are a little tanner. Did you have fun at the beach?
Had fun at the beach, man.
And you see
Hot,
anything
too
crazy?
hot.
Yeah.
Huh?
What beach?
Emerald Isle Beach. It's south of Wilmington, in between Myrtle and Wilmington, I think.
Did you hit the beach every day? Did you
Every day. I had to. I got out there the first day in the hot. I didn't have an umbrella, so I had to rent one. Yeah, so I had to have them bring me one.
I'd rather rent than have to haul one down there every time and set it up.
It wasn't that expensive, so they come and set it up for you and everything.
Yeah. Do you see anything crazy?
I saw a lady handcuffed to her daughter by the wrists.
What do you mean?
She had like a leash.
Handcuffs? Oh, a leash.
A leash with their daughter, because I guess she wouldn't get too far out in the ocean. But she had a leash in one hand with her daughter, and the other hand she had a cigarette. Like she was smoking, and she'd get jerked around. Get over here, jerk her back,
taking her daughter out for a swim. Huh?
Yeah, but she wasn't gonna let her get no more than 3 feet. And they had this little tiny tent over there at their little area.
Yeah.
And then I was sitting there, and all of a sudden, this big kid comes out of it. Like, how in the hell? I didn't even know there was another kid in there. Like,
oh, really?
They had this little tiny.
Like a little baby tent.
Yeah,
to keep,
it's a baby tent. I thought it was for the little leash girl. Apparently, her big brother was in there. He come out, and it was just funny as hell, man.
Did you take any pictures of that?
Yeah, I did, but they didn't turn out too well.
Okay.
Sorry.
Dang, I'd like to see that.
I'll work on them. I'll see if I can get them.
Yeah. Put them on the Countryish Podcast Facebook page.
Will do.
If you want to see that, make sure you like our Countryish Facebook page. And Mark will put those pictures
I'll put them
there.
up.
Yeah. I kind of wish they had that when I was a kid, because my dad at the mall, when he was worried about, if it's a crowded area and we're walking around, instead of a leash, he made me and my brother put our hands in his back pocket like this.
So
we
both of
walk
you
around
walking
like this, backhanding my dad's ass.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right.
So I would much rather have had a leash, but yeah, I guess
Instead of having to feel your dad's
a lot of
ass.
people snatching kids these days. I don't blame her. What's up, Elliot? You had your hand raised.
My parents put me on a leash. They did have them back then.
Oh, they did.
I'm older than you.
What
yes,
kind of
sir.
leash? Was it around your neck? Did it have
It
studs?
was the 70s. I don't remember, but I'll ask my mom just for you. How about that?
Do you have pictures of this?
They probably do.
I need to see pictures. Well, my weekend was great. I mean, a lot of crap happened that wasn't so great, but most part it was fine. I did a show in Sharpsburg, Kentucky, with this new up-and-coming guy. I mean, he's ripping it up. I'm rooting for him. Larry the Cable Guy.
I think he's going to be fine. From what I can tell, I think he's going to work out.
He's a big boy. It was hot, so he did this no sleeves and shorts.
Dressed up for the occasion, I
Probably
see.
a good move. No, we had a good time. So here's some pictures of me and Larry the Cable Guy. At the end of the show, we came out and just did a Q&A with the crowd, and we just told some of our favorite stories. People would ask questions, and it would lead to a story or a joke. And it was great. That was at the Barnyard in Sharpsburg, Kentucky. This is the backstage area. They're mostly known for music, so it's a big outdoor venue. Alabama was playing the next night. Those are all the guitars that different people sign, and we had to sign them too. So it was fun. I hung out with him at the end of the show at the hotel, and he asked me if I wanted to smoke a cigar and, shoot the breeze with him.
Yeah.
And we did, and that was fun. You know who he reminds me of? Because his real name is Dan Whitney, right? Larry the Cable Guy, that's...
Yeah, and he's from like Pennsylvania or something, right? Up north somewhere. He's not really a southern...
He's... okay, I'm not 100% sure about this, because I've heard Florida and Nebraska. I've never heard Pennsylvania, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
But but he's performed in New York. I mean, he's been all over it. But the character is called Larry the Cable Guy, right? Of course. But when you start talking to him and he slips into the real Dan Whitney, it's our friend John Beaver.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Really?
Like you see, like the character melt away. You know how when John gets serious sometimes and he wants to just tell you about something he's excited about? It's Dan Whitney.
Oh, wow.
So it's crazy. But we had a good time. It was really hot out. Sadly, Kentucky got a lot of rain. They got flooded really bad. It's been all over the news. So the crowd was not as great as we had liked, but it's
good to hear you donated all your money to the flood victims.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, good.
100% of the proteins. All the proteins went to helping the people of Kentucky. Also, rest in peace, Olivia Newton-John. She just died. Oh, she's an angel, dude. We talked about this, me and Brent Blakeney on Heffern and Reap last night a little bit, but I'll give you guys a chance to say whatever you want to say real quick about Olivia Newton-John. Who wants to go first?
Elliot.
Yeah, well, I just remember my mom and I fighting over. We had the Grease soundtrack, and that was back when you listened to LPs, and when she was listening to it, I would snatch it and take it in my room and listen to it. So.
By yourself?
Yes. Well, I like the entire soundtrack, yes, sir.
What?
I like the entire soundtrack. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Not just.
Yeah. Well, that's how much she meant to you. You wanted to listen to her by yourself, the whole thing.
I was 5.
I don't know. What's wrong with that? I'm not saying anything. Ball, how about you? You got any? Did you like it? I don't think Mark probably likes her, cares too much.
I don't know a whole lot.
Her songs were definitely representative of the 70s.
Yeah.
But the aspect of it is she was one of those poster-ready artists.
Yes.
Her, Farrah Fawcett.
Farrah Fawcett. She's got
Cheryl
the feathered,
Teagues.
wind-blown, soft,
oh, yeah, and Cheryl
sweet,
Led.
angelic. I mean, come on, man. She was in Grease. Remember Xanadu?
Yeah.
I remember Xanadu. I love Xanadu. What about Let's Get Physical?
Let's Get Physical.
I remember Let's Get Physical.
My mom wouldn't even let me watch that video.
Be your bodyguard or something.
Your bodyguard.
So, yeah, she sold a lot of posters. Speaking of posters, I do remember.
Yeah.
Dude. You'd go to the record store and go through, and she was
had
in all
those
the
little
posters.
ankle warmers, and
She's very going to be sorely missed. She had cancer many times, battling cancer, and she was 63, and it finally,
Too young.
Finally got
very
it.
young. Yeah.
73, wasn't she?
I don't know.
63.
Maybe it was 73.
I think.
Somewhere around there.
63?
Yes, sir.
I think it was
She
73.
could have
She
been.
was 73. Yes.
It doesn't stop the fact that she's no longer with us.
And she was still beautiful.
It was 73.
73. Yeah, still that's too young. Let's talk about a cruise ship, man. Next year, 2023, November 5 through 11. So that's 7 days, baby. Come cruising with us. Yeah, it's called the Sea Amigos Cruise, and it's going to be me, Reno Collier, John Heffron doing stand-up comedy. Brent Blakeney's probably going to show up. Willie Nelson's granddaughter might show up. We're going to have some of these guys up there. We're going to have a good time. Comedy, karaoke, all the meeting and greeting you can handle. That's Royal Caribbeans. And by the way, I just heard from Johnny Poovey, they don't care about if you've been vaccinated or not anymore. They're not even going to ask you. So if you never got vaccinated, maybe that's why you didn't go last year, don't have to worry about this year. So Know that. Royal Caribbean's brand new ship, Wonder of the Seas. We leave from Port Canaveral. We stop in Coco Cay, Cozumel, Mexico, Roatan, Honduras, Costa Maya, Mexico. Go to johnreap.com, click on cruise, and book your cabin right now. All righty, boys. Applause button. Let's move on to our first segment. This one is brought to you by Hendrick Honda Hickory. Are you in the market for a new vehicle? How about a used vehicle? Would you like a hot dog? How about a hamburger? How about a handshake? Huh? They're very good at all of that at Hendrick Honda Hickory. Go down there and tell them John Reap sent you. All right, now what do I do with this segment here? I go to Twitter, click on hashtag, I find what it is people are talking about, and I weigh in on that. It's how you know we're current, we're up to date, and we are live, and we are in the moment and keeping up with the Joneses. Yeah, it's a segment that I like to call, here we go, I got my drums. It's like this. Ooh, it's the best trends. Here's what you're talking about. All right. Applause. All right.
We need Isaiah back.
I know.
He's so good at the applause button.
Basically, you got to think like, and thanks for doing it, by the way. I know
Yeah, it's not easy. I mean, it's a whole flipping control board back here. I've got applause, I've got laughter, I've got
Just do the applause.
bunches of stuff, and I can't. Yeah,
It-
I'll
it
come
can-
in and practice.
Well, all you got to do,
beforehand.
every time you hear a theme song like that right there,
Yeah.
when it's over, applause.
Easy.
Just think of that.
Nothing to it.
If there's a theme song, just know, I got to hit that applause button. Okay?
Yep.
This is amazing. Hashtag Trainwreck Woodstock 99. And I mean, I'm not talking about the Amy Schumer movie. Okay? That was a different train wreck. I'm talking about the new docuseries on Netflix called Woodstock 1999. You guys have not seen it yet, right?
Not yet. Not yet.
When we're doing a podcast, a verbal no is better.
No, sir, not
Shaking
yet.
your head. So people at home will know that you answered my question. All right, De'Allen Jackson, you have not seen it.
No, I have
You
not.
know, how you replied in an audio form. Marcus has seen it.
I have seen it a few days ago.
Wee.
Yes.
So it's a new docuseries. So Woodstock 1969, remember that one? That was the first one. Promised peace and music. But its 1999 revival delivered days of rage, riots, and real harm. Why did it go so horribly wrong? And Marcus, what are your thoughts? You want to start? I got things that I'd
Yeah,
like to
I
talk
mean,
about this, but
They definitely weren't prepared for the crowd. Like, I don't think they didn't, they weren't ready for that many people.
yeah.
You know, the porta-johns were overfilling.
Yeah.
There wasn't enough food. There wasn't no shelter. Like the sun, it was like 100 degrees. It was at an airport
Yeah.
runway. It's concrete. So if it's
Right.
90 degrees, it's 100 degrees.
Yeah, it was didn't they say it was like an old
It's an old
Air Force
hangar.
base?
Yeah.
Like it had the reason why so the first Woodstock was in a place in New York called Woodstock. It was a
Yeah,
town called Woodstock.
Yep, and it was a farm.
Yeah, big farm, lots of open space, grass and trees and nature. Mm-hmm. Well, they tried to do Woodstock again in 1994 in the same spot, but it rained a lot, and people were sneaking in under the fence.
Yep.
So they
Getting
made
in free.
no money.
Yep.
They lost money in 1994, and it rained a lot, and it turned into like the Mud Bowl, and people were just sliding in mud, and they called themselves mud people. So it was not great. They didn't make any money. So then they thought, well, what we'll do is, we'll do it in 1999 because that's a good anniversary, 69 to 99. All you got to do is flip that
Flip
6
it.
upside down, and you got 99. And this time we'll do it at an old Air Force base that has a wall, like a real concrete wall that no one can get past. That way we won't lose money. But what they didn't think about was, it's all concrete in there, tarmac, and it was like hundreds degrees.
Yeah, no
they
shade.
They didn't let them bring water in there.
No.
And so you couldn't bring your own food or water, and they charged them. And do you remember, I think it was around this time when bottles of water started going up in price. Remember the idea, the first time you saw bottled water, like, that's dumb, water's free. Who would ever pay for water? this was around that time when it started happening, and they were charging them $4 a bottle in '99. That's like $12 an hour or something, right?
Yeah.
And so that pissed them off, right? Now the lineup, it's no longer Peace and Love from the 60s. The lineup was Korn, Limp Bizkit, Rage Against the Machine, Kid Rock, and Red Hot Chili Peppers. What could go wrong? That's where it led to. And, there was trash everywhere. So after day one, the people who were they contracted out the garbage service to a company to come in and clean it, but for whatever reason they just said we're not doing it, or they didn't show up, or maybe they came in and said, hey, free concert, let's party. No one cleaned up, so there was trash and debris everywhere. It was super hot. You had naked people. I love that in this docuseries. They were talking about, maybe it's because it was so hot, some people just took this opportunity to be a nudist, and they was running around naked, which was fine, but that led to, when girls were body surfing, a lot of dudes be a little handsy.
Copping a feel.
Copping feels. Lots of girls getting groped.
Yeah.
Lots of girls getting raped at this thing. And the security
was really light. It was like 15 people, I think.
But there were kids. They hired other 18-year-old kids.
People off the street with no experience. They put on a yellow shirt or whatever and said, just stand here.
Yeah.
And talking about the trash, they were going around and giving trash bags away for people to pick up their own trash. So that pissed them off.
Yeah, and they're like, I paid $150 to get in here. You pick it up.
Yeah. Like the no shade, they were hiding. They were getting up underneath tractor trailers to get out of the sun.
Yeah.
So this was building. They were getting pissed.
Yeah.
And it came to a head.
I mean, so not just the water, you were getting charged for water. They had free water in there, but then people were hogging that, and the pipes broke. Right? Yeah. They got mad because it was taking forever to get the free water. They broke the pipes, and it started like flooding into the Porta-John area, and that turned into a muddy shit mosh pit.
Yeah.
And I mean, they were price gouging these kids, and they just got pissed. Each day, they started getting angrier and angrier and angrier. And Korn, I mean, what do you guys think of Korn?
I don't know a whole lot about Korn, but I know they like to do mosh pitting, I believe, right?
Yeah.
That's a mosh pitting band.
Oh, yeah.
Well, with Jonathan Davis, I know he was pretty outspoken as far as how it just went down. It even shocked him.
Yeah.
And he's got one of those bands that's usually out there shocking you with their lyrics and everything. But
Elliot, you're like a big heavy metal guy. Korn?
Well, yeah, they're really talented, but they've never been my favorite. I mean, although especially Brian Headwelch kind of turned his life around recently and gave his life to Christ.
That's right.
Right. Uh-huh.
Well, okay, so Korn definitely known for mosh pitting. Big like in your face heavy metal.
They got that heavy metal nursery rhymes and
right. And so they performed. I think it was night 1 or 2. I don't know how many people. Do you remember how many people it said was there?
It was a couple 100,000, like 200,000.
Like 250,000 people.
That's a quarter of a million people.
250,000 people, all doing this at the same time, right? And they're getting pissed, and it's not peace and love, and they're mosh pit. People getting hurt, getting concussed, and their heads broken. I mean, it was a lot. And then, do you remember after Korn, after he just ripped the roof off the place? No roof, but like he did really good. Do you remember who was next?
Bush. Yeah, they were like, they didn't even want to go out.
This is a great scene of the docuseries. Yeah. They do you know Bush? The guy, yeah. He's more of a pretty boy who just had a raspy swallow, and you just see Korn and people going right, and it pans over to Gavin. What's his name? Gavin Rosdale from Bush or whatever. He's got his shirt off and he's a pretty boy and he's got a beer in his hand. He's like,
yeah,
he had to follow that.
Yes,
he was so nervous, and he came out and everyone was like, I don't know. I feel bad for him. How do you follow Korn?
How do you follow that?
And he goes up there, and he starts playing, and he slowly wins the crowd. And it was such a cool moment because you were thinking that place, he's going to get ripped limb from limb. And he turned him. So hats off to Bush. Did a great job, But it's a great docuseries. If you're my age, right? And you remember these bands in this time frame, it's a great little time capsule. I highly recommend it.
Half of them left before Willie come up.
Willie Nelson.
They were sick and tired. They were leaving, and Willie comes
Half
up
of
with
them left, but
the
that's
crowd.
still 100,000 people.
Yeah, there was still a lot of
And
people.
it ends really bad. All right, let's just say, I don't want to spoil it, but Red Hot Chili Peppers comes out, and the guy who was running the festival decided to do a candlelight vigil at the end. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're going to hand fire to these people? I mean, it's the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, and the guy that did the original, the
original
one,
Woodstock.
he was helping with this one. So
He
helped kill
admits
it.
that he goes, I had no clue
They were all
who these
blaming
acts
each other.
were.
They were all blaming each other. Like,
Yeah, but
wasn't
there
my
is one scene where he goes like, I didn't know who Rage Against. I didn't know who Korn
Yeah.
was. I just booked the big acts.
I didn't know they were handing
But
out
there,
candles.
but there was this one kid who was like, well, he's not a kid, but he was a kid back then. He was like 20 something, and they're all like having a meeting about this new Woodstock, and he raised his hand. and is like, have you guys seen the lineup? Or have you thought about safety?
Yeah.
And they're like, shut up, kid. We know what
Yeah,
we're doing.
yeah.
And it turned into a cluster F. All right, so go watch that. Also, hashtag monkeypox. Anybody in here got monkeypox?
Not me. No, I don't know anybody that's got monkeypox.
Yeah, you guys, you
Yep,
safe?
Nada.
Have you been checked? Do we know?
I think you'll know. I don't think you have to get
I'm
checked.
hoping
I think
would
you
know.
guys are going to be
Pretty sure
fine.
it's blister.
Yeah. I think you'll see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys
Everybody
are
else will.
So
too.
do we do the buddy check? I mean, it's
I think that's how you get it. It's mostly transmitted sexually in the gay community. I mean, it's like there's been reports it's like 95% going rampant in the gay community. So I think we're going to be fine. I don't know. I don't pry into your lives, but I think you guys are going to be safe. But do you remember when they said AIDS started when some guy banged a monkey?
yeah.
Yeah.
Remember this? And now we have monkeypox, which is also a sexually transmitted disease. My question is, what's so hot about monkeys? Why are we banging monkeys? Who is banging the monkeys? And why are we doing this?
Is there something we're missing out on?
Well, keep in mind they had that song.
I don't get it. Have you seen their asses?
I have
They're
seen
like
their asses.
big and they're like,
Yeah,
I
they're
don't know,
out.
like they got hemorrhoids.
Yeah, they're out there.
It's
Well,
disgusting.
keep in mind they had that big song back in the day.
Who?
Shock the Monkey.
Shock the monkey. Who is it?
That was
Peter Gabriel.
Yeah, Peter Gabriel.
Shock the monkey.
Yeah.
Yeah, not F the monkey. Shock the monkey. They're disgusting. And what happened to rubbers? Why can't we use rubbers? Why can't you just rub one out? Why are we banging monkeys? Please stop with it. It got me thinking about when I was a kid, and I remember a thing called monkey's blood. Do you remember monkey's blood?
I don't remember anything being called
Really?
monkey's blood.
Deanna Jackson, help me out here. You've heard of monkey's blood.
Yes, I
Okay.
certainly do remember monkey's blood.
So I think that's the solution to monkeypox. They got to bring back monkey's blood. Okay, for those of you who don't know, monkey's blood, it's also known as mercurochrome, all right? It was an antiseptic that burned like crazy, and it dyed your skin reddish orange, and it contained mercury. So that's why they don't have it anymore. And for 7 decades, parents loved it. I remember it's an orange. It's got mercury in it. So so y'all don't remember this? Or what did you call it?
I remember it. Yeah, I've used it, or it was used on me, but I don't remember it being called monkey blood.
Right.
they call
I
it
just
monkey's
remember it
blood.
as its name, mercurochrome, and that damn stick that goes actually into the wound that hurt worse than the wound itself.
Right. I remember when I was a kid at Busy Beaver Daycare, like I fell down, skinned my knee. Can you believe there was a daycare called Busy Beaver? That's a legit real thing. Do you remember this?
I remember
Yeah.
Busy Beaver.
Yeah, a lot of good things happened there for me. But I fell down one time, hurt my knee, and they said, "Oh, we'll put some monkey's blood on it," and I didn't know it wasn't monkey's blood.
You thought it was real
I
monkey's
thought like,
blood.
"Oh, that's interesting." And they put it on there, and it looks like blood. That's why they called it that, because it's the same color as a blood. You know, it's reddish, and it stings like crazy. It stains your skin for a minute, but then you're a kid. You think, oh, "I got monkey's blood now. I can do anything." And then
Yeah.
you jump on the monkey bars. You start running around. But yeah,
So
it
they
got
need
me
to bring that
thinking.
back. You think that'll cure?
Maybe. what we got to do, since we're all monkey crazy, we bring back monkey's blood, right?
Okay.
Put that on the monkeypox. Pandemic
Problem
over.
solved.
That's what I'm thinking.
It's too cheap. I mean, that's probably cheap. They ain't going to do that.
They outlawed this crap. You can't even buy this anymore because it's got mercury in it.
Mercury,
Yeah, they get that mercury poisoning.
You can't. It was outlawed in Switzerland, Brazil, France, Iran, Germany, and the United States because of all the mercury. So I don't know. Maybe it's time. Maybe we need a little bit more mercury in our lives.
Secret, man.
Yeah. All right, we got a lot of country-ish to do. We got a great Who's Zooming Who's segment from comedian Shane Mauss. We got a great small-town news story. Me and Mark are going to exchange gifts and Goodwill hunting. We'll be right back with more country-ish after this. Hey, everybody, I'm in Brevard, North Carolina, and Sundrop has another giveaway. This time, I'm at the headquarters of Sylvan Sport, and they're going to give away the coolest camper ever. And I'm with the creators of the coolest camper ever, Tom and Kyle. You guys going to show me how to work this thing?
We sure are, John. Let's go.
Let's go.
The coolest thing about the Sylvan Sport Go is it's so easy to set up. You take this crank handle out of the storage box, you just put it right in that hole, and then you begin to crank.
Yeah. I got it. All right, wait, scrap. This is easy. I got this. Watch this. One hand for the crank, one hand for the drink. So easy, a comedian can do it. This is where we make the sun drop, baby. Look at this. Huh? Let's check it out inside. Look at this. So much room in here. Huh? Do you mind if I try the sleep situation in here? Go for it. All right, Thomas. Let's see how comfortable this is.
Whoa!
For me.
Did you like the movie The Christmas Story?
Never heard of it. Let's see if we can actually get some shut-eye up in here. All right. You know, Thomas, normally I have a story read to me, so do you mind just picking up where I left off? There's a bookmark in there. Thanks.
Okay. The little butterfly lizard had always enjoyed playing near his home.
Oh, cool. Has a table for activities and stuff. Wow. 2 words. First word.
Grizzly bear.
No.
Campfire. Oh, thunderstorm.
Fire. Sun drop.
Okay.
Kidding me? All right, Thomas, thank you so much. What an amazing camper you've designed here. I'm just thrilled and very happy that you're giving it to me.
Wait, John, this Go camper is for the Sundrop contest winner.
Right, the contest winner. I got you. Well, I think it's time that the contest winner gets some alone time in his new camper, huh? So maybe you should go. All right, buddy. Gonna miss that guy. Huh? Pretty cool, huh? Should get yourself one. Go to makeitaSundrop.com and register for your own Go. Go now. Yeah. Make it a Sundrop, baby. Go to makeaitasundrop.com. All right, let me look at my interns real quick. Any interesting comments? Anything that I need to be made aware of in the comments section?
Well, they took a consensus and they think that you should change the name of Small Town News to Florida Files.
Yes, there seems to be a lot of stories out of Florida. That is true. We'll consider that. Thank you. What's that? Oh, he's here? Oh, this is great.
Yeah, he's in the room.
I've known this guy for quite a while, and I'm happy he contacted me. He's doing a festival in Raleigh, and he's a funny dude. He's into science, into philosophy. He's a very heady guy, and I like him because he's giggly. I like a good giggly guy, and he's just a good person. Very smart. Who's zooming? I'll tell you who's zooming. Shane Mauss.
Take another look and tell me that.
And here he is right now, the very handsome Shane Mauss. Dude, I'm loving this new beard on you.
I'm very handsome. You look at me, we have the exact same beard. It's just like you're looking at like, and we're both rather pale. We both have like I'm like a few years younger than you or something like that. And you're like, look at this handsome guy. Well, this is the most like you I've ever looked in my life. I don't recall you referring to me as handsome when we first met.
I wasn't comfortable back then, but now time has passed. You're in a different room. I think it's fine.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it.
Where are you zooming in from right now?
I'm in Raleigh. North Carolina. I ended up here last minute to I had this opportunity to put together a festival, like a camp out festival in September for this show Mind Under Matter that I started just over a year ago and has been building a little bit of a following.
Wow, I'm excited to get into all of that, but I want to catch everybody up because the last time I saw Shane Mauss, there was no beard. I believe the hair was blonder, maybe.
Well, there's a man bun back there now. This is all COVID too. So it's funny because I've I've been in and out of like the various psychedelic communities, but this is the least amount of psychedelics I've ever done in my life. And this is the most I've ever looked like I've done psychedelics in my life.
Well, but that's cool, dude. I mean, it's like it's meant to be. It's like a mix of like a Jedi Obi-Wan Kenobi, young Obi-Wan Kenobi mixed in with like the spin doctors guy.
I like that. I'll take everyone that tries to describe my look. It's like a little odd and also a compliment at the same time. I get kind of like Viking guru thing sometimes. Usually my beard's a little longer, so I get Viking once I get a few more inches on this thing. But here's the thing, John. When I met you, like you said, my hair was blonder. I didn't know that I had red hair. It caught me and once in a while, I would have girlfriends or other people be like, "Yeah, do you have red hair? Are you redhead?" Like I would grow out a little scruff, and they'd be like, "You're redheaded." I'm like, "I am not a redhead."
You were offended, huh? Okay.
How dare you? No, I'm kidding.
I see how it is.
But I was really in denial about my redheadedness, and then I started growing this beard.
And then the ginger beard, some people turn into it. You're like what I like to call a trans ginger.
Yes, I'm a trans ginger. That's wonderful.
You have transformed into a ginger now. It's awesome. It looks good on you, man.
I know. I'm enjoying it.
But I'm happy to see you again. I've always enjoyed your comedy. You've always made me laugh. A nice guy. You're from Wisconsin originally, but I know you've been everywhere. Yeah. All right. First time on stage, was it in Wisconsin?
Boston. I was. You want to hear something crazy, John? This is so weird looking back. I thought I was so scared to be seen by anyone that I knew. I'm from La Crosse, Wisconsin, where you've probably been through. It's like halfway in between Madison and Minneapolis. I was saying Minneapolis.
There's only one. There's not that many.
Minneapolis. And then so there's like Milwaukee is not too far either. And I just remember, hey, what if someone I know sees me perform? And so it was something I dreamed of doing since the age of 10. I watched every single stand-up, anything that I could get, a late night, anything. When Comedy Central came out, I saw every single Comedy Central stand-up, usually multiple times. I'd set my VCR to record any stand-up that was ever on TV. I'd watch it over and over again. I'd write a bunch, and I'm like, as soon as I'm 18, I'm out of here, and I'm moving to the big city. And then I just drank too much and wasted my life. Did a bunch of factory work and crap jobs and stuff for a while, and then I had a friend moving to Boston. That's how scared I was. I wouldn't even go down to Madison, 2.5 hours away, on the off chance someone knew me from high school and would find out.
Hey, man,
I wanted to be a stand-up comedian.
That's not that weird. Same here. When I started doing stand-up, okay, so I grew up in Hickory. I didn't do stand-up in Hickory. I moved to Raleigh, where you are right now. That's 3 hours from Hickory.
Yeah.
And even then, the friends I had in Hickory, I did not tell them at first that I was dabbling in stand-up. I was afraid that my own friends would come and judge me. My own friends' opinions scared me more than strangers did.
Oh, yeah.
And so I didn't tell them till I knew I was halfway decent. Then I invited them. But yeah, I know what you're saying. It's not that weird to think that. What was your first Conan like? Did you like it?
Yeah, and I crushed it on my first Conan. I crushed it because I've had other sets that didn't, always go exactly the way that I wanted, and that went exactly the way that I wanted.
Wow.
And yeah, I used to really like playing with audience tension a lot. So if you see my first Conan, I do a joke where I intentionally bomb for a little while. That's how I start, and then I flip it.
So ballsy and brave. I never had the courage to do that at that level on a television appearance. Yeah. Mind you, I'm sure many times at a college gig or, on a Sunday night when there's 50 people in the crowd, I don't mind trying stuff like that. But wow. What gave you the idea or the courage to try something like that? I mean, what if you didn't get them back? What if it didn't work?
I had enough experience telling the joke and opening with that, and it was something that would make people really there would be such tension in the room until I flipped it, and then it was just this release, and it was so reliable. Other than when I was on the road, sometimes people would yell at me. Before I got to the punchline that fixes everything, and then it's oh well, now we're just screwed for the next hour. Now I'm trying to dig
now
out
you're
of this.
putting out fires.
I had started working internationally, and they do all the festivals with the themed one person show type stuff. I was well, what would my one person show be? And I was well, I'm always reading these science books in my free time. I never went to college or anything. I just gravitated to reading science books. Never had any of it in my act. I was maybe I'd do something with science. I don't know. And I started digging in, and I also went through a period where I was getting very high and watching David Attenborough documentaries nonstop. Dude. And I just started writing all of these animal jokes at the same time that I'm in this new, I got out of a bad breakup. I'm in this new fiery relationship. And so I'm writing a lot of relationship jokes and watching all this animal behavior. And I'm putting together all of these connections. I'm start digging into things, and I start learning a bunch about biology. And then then I just start reading all these various books, and I'm I have some questions. And so I just started emailing scientists questions that I had. I was eating a lot of mushrooms at the time as well. And
I've heard that's a great gateway to a better sort of understanding of humanity and yourself. And, I've done mushrooms one time, and it's scary. It was scary in the beginning. I thought I was going to crap all over myself.
That's a lot of people.
Because it is poison, and you're actually eating poison. And then your body's this is bad. We got to get it out of here. And then once that's over, the hardest I've laughed was at Jeff Richards on mushrooms, just running around the hotel room naked, thinking he is he's a superpower. He has a superpower, and he can pee anytime he wants, anywhere he wants. And he would bounce from one bed to the other and strike a pose, pick up a coffee cup, pee in it, put it back down, and just keep going like nothing's happened. It wouldn't have been funny had I not been on mushrooms, but I just remember thinking, this is great. But it also scared me because I was out of control with my thoughts. I couldn't. And I was in another country, and that scared me. What if I screw up here? they might not like, they might be as nice as me over here, ugly American coming over to Amsterdam and peeing all over the coffee cups.
I think they pee all over the place in Amsterdam.
That's true. They have outdoor urinals where there's no door. You just walk up to it and start pissing.
Yeah, they're used to piss everywhere. I had some heavy psychedelic influence early on in my career and stuff too. But it's for me, it's a gateway into the kind of, I guess, the unconscious mind, the stuff that the shower thoughts where you get the comedy gold. You can sit and write material all day long, but you hop in the shower and that's that one idea that you have when you weren't even trying. That's like usually where the gold is. And so that's what mushrooms were usually like for me, like that shower thoughts on steroids, basically. And so
that's a good point. And so now you're in Raleigh, and you've done tons of festivals all over the country, all over the world. And tell me about this one, because I feel like you're in my backyard in Raleigh right now. What's going on?
Yeah. So what happened? So I started a science podcast 8 years ago called Here We Are, where each week I interview a different scientist, usually about how the brain works, a lot of psychology, neuroscience, some animal behavior stuff, that sort of thing. And so when COVID happened and I was no longer doing, so this is like this is a science podcast. I don't put the word comedy anywhere in it. It was like a hobby that I had while I was on tour. I just look up universities. So when COVID happened and I no longer had a way to express myself comedically, I ended up pairing with a comic friend of mine, Ramin Nazer, who's an amazing artist. And he actually...
Oh, yeah, I saw a poster online, and look at this.
Look at that. There's a life-size version of like a piece of his art. So he has all these...
He's got a straitjacket, but he's happy.
Yeah, we have a Patreon. We have a Patreon tier, and for our Mind Under Matter, where we are figuring it out, we have all of these different tiers. And for a joke, we made a lunatic tier, which is for if you give us $10,000, we'll make you a custom straitjacket and have you on our show to ask you why the hell you gave us $10,000.
I love that.
And
remember that, Alan, for ours. Okay.
So 2 people did that, and so they're gonna be at the festival and get their own yurt and stuff like that.
Oh, that's awesome.
So anyhow, Ramin, he explodes creativity. He's this amazing artist. He's quite popular on Instagram and stuff. And we've been friends for years, but he interviews like mystics and creative types and musicians and stuff. So we have like kind of a yin yang thing going on. So we started this podcast, Mind Under Matter, a little over a year ago. We were talking about all the artist fans that we have that are always sharing work, and how we'd like to get them all together for like a festival sometime. And one of our biggest supporters, like someone that's been supporting us on Patreon since week 1 or 2, has this lakeside retreats here in Raleigh, which is just this incredibly gorgeous property that he just started doing festivals at like 2 years ago at the size we were kind of describing. We have one stage with music all day for 3 days. It's September 9th through the 11th. And then another stage for stand-up, another stage for science talks, because I know a bunch of scientists in the research triangle. We have a wellness area with like a sauna and ice baths and yoga classes and stuff. And then like flow arts, like poi and fire spinning and stuff.
Yeah.
We have a bunch of like those workshops going through the day, and like a little podcast stage too in another area, and camping, and it's all around this private lake.
That's 3 days, 9, 10, 11 September?
Yep. Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's going to be ridiculous.
Well, my goal is to get to that stage with this one of these days, man. That's impressive and awesome. Hit the website one more time.
mindunderpod.com for more festival information. You can go to Shane Mauss, MAUSS.com for more information about me and the things that I do. And then my science podcast is called Here We Are. And once again, the show is Mind Under Matter. That's where the Camp Out Festival, that's what the Camp Out Festival is based on.
Boom, ladies and gentlemen, Shane Mauss.
John Reap, everybody.
Be quiet. Go.
Take another look and tell me that.
Yeah, right? Shane Mauss, how about it?
Shane Mauss, I love his Love his voice. He's got like a stoner voice.
Oh,
He
yeah.
does giggle a lot.
He's a happy
he
dude.
would be fun to hang out with. Man.
He's a happy
He
guy.
got $20,000.
2 different Patreon.
People.
Listen,
Yeah.
I don't want to make my Patreon supporters feel bad. He's got 2 that have given him $10,000.
For $10,000, they can come and do whatever they want to us.
Yeah, maybe
You
that's a
can
level
shave
we should have.
Elliot, you can shave Elliot's head,
Whatever you want to
let's
do.
not be
braid
hasty.
Haverball's beard,
Yeah.
and
Whatever you
tickle you. I don't know.
tickle me, tickle my taint, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, tickle tank.
Be a taint tickler. $10,000 get you a long way. So yeah, Shane Mauss, I enjoyed him. We got a lot more show to do. We got a small town news story. We're going to do a Goodwill hunting at the end. But let me ask you this real quick: Camp Lejeune. What you know about Camp Lejeune? Huh? How about the Justice Act of 2022? For many years, between 1953 and 1987, Marines, their family members, and infant children were exposed to contaminated drinking water at Camp Lejeune, kind of like Woodstock 99, but worse, including all satellite camps. Many were sickened and died unnecessarily because of the groundwater contamination. So if you, your loved one, or someone you worked with lived or served at Camp Lejeune, call us right now for more information and legal help. You might be eligible for a significant financial compensation. Call the Law Office of Environmental Litigation Group. That's 888-660-2492. Again, that is 888-660-2492.
Yeah.
Close. That was laughter. We were going for the applause. All right, let's move on to our small town news segment. As you guys know, there's a lot of negative things going on in the news. I mean, y'all know this, right?
Yes,
Sir, yes, indeed.
There's-
Yes,
terrible.
no,
It's just
yeah.
awful.
Every day there's something.
There's always something negative.
getting old.
Politics, pandemics, Putin's. We do happy-go-lucky weird things that happen in small towns, Florida mostly. Tell them about it, Justin Clyde.
We're just small town dudes with small town news, breaking stories of crimes committed you never do. Mind your P's and Q's or they'll cover you. The town may be small, but the news is huge.
All right, man. Marcus, you like golf?
I like golf. I used
Yeah?
to play golf a lot and sucked at it pretty bad.
Same. You like Jack Daniels?
No.
Okay. Well,
Not a
you
liquor.
might like this story. A Florida woman was caught driving a golf cart on the interstate with an open bottle of Jack Daniels. And no one's shocked about this, right? This is par for the course, no pun intended, for Florida.
It is Florida.
I don't see nothing wrong with it.
They don't.
Yeah, I don't even know why this is a story anymore. I mean, with Florida, it's like, I do feel bad for Jack Daniels, right? Because they could have said it's a bottle of whiskey,
yeah.
but they had to put Jack Daniels in there to shame them a little bit. You know, it's not cool.
Or is it advertising? Could be a little bit of advertising.
Right?
too,
They say all publicity is good publicity.
publicity. True.
Yeah, but how come you never hear? Man drinks a bottle of Jack Daniels, saves a baby from a house fire. I mean, I feel like this story probably exists, but it's we need to hear that. Well, this all happened in Brevard County, Florida. A 58-year-old woman named Diane Hawk was arrested over the weekend after she drove a golf cart on Interstate 95, which then prompted a nearby truck driver to pull her over and take away her keys. I love this. I love this truck driver. That's proof. I think truck drivers, they're the real heroes of the highways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like they're out there. They're the real first responders when something happens.
they should be deputized.
I mean, it might make more sense if
Why
you
not?
deputize or give these people some sort of instruction because,
They're out there.
they're right there. It's kind of like the Uber. You get the Uber, the closest one picks you up. Why not make all these truck drivers know
Respond.
CPR and all this other stuff? But I'm not that brave. What would you do for real? What would you do if you were on the Interstate 95 in Florida, and you saw this?
Get out my phone, like everybody else, and tape it.
I would hope you would do that. I don't think you would.
No, I would.
Because I know how you are.
I'd
You
probably call.
you would probably pull over and do something. I know you found a lady's wallet.
Yeah,
At a freaking
parking lot.
and you tracked her
I saw
down.
it a mile away and tracked her down. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're that kind of Samaritan guy who would take the time
to try to
deal with it.
Yeah, I'd try to save the world. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, hats off to you. This would not be me. I would not.
What would you do?
Not me, dude. I
Would
mean,
you just
I've
keep
been
on trucking?
I have been on Interstate 95. I don't know. I've driven that thing thousands of times, millions of miles, and I just know if you see a woman on the interstate in a golf cart, you leave that alone. That's a person who's not dealing with our reality. That's a whole nother. You're just asking for trouble. You think you might help, but she's going to come at you.
Yeah, they're literally going 95 on the interstate. Right?
They are.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Florida Highway Patrol, they received multiple calls last Saturday night about this incident. And when officers arrived at the scene, they learned that the truck driver who helped was a lady named Janessa. And she said she looked down and saw the other lady, Diane, passed out behind the wheel in the golf cart, you know. So, yeah, this is why I say you should never, ever listen to Carrie Underwood while you're driving, okay? Yes, Jesus Take the Wheel is a great song, but it's very dangerous when people take it literally, okay?
Yeah. Stick to the side roads.
Stick to the side roads if you're listening to Carrie Underwood. Right. Or maybe a boat. So Janessa, the truck driver, she then used her semi-truck to guide Diane, the drunk golf cart lady, off the road, and that's when the cat fight ensued.
There was a fight.
Yeah, and it's a good thing, though, she was there and did that. You know, she probably saved this woman's life and other people's lives. And I wonder, do they teach this move in truck driving school? You know what I mean? Like, that's a move, right, where you kind of wedge them off.
What's that called when the cops do that?
Pit maneuver.
Pit maneuver. See, the truck driver did a pit maneuver.
Yeah, I mean, cops have to learn the pit maneuver. What about truckers? Do they have to learn anything like that? You think they would, you know, because they're out there. Maybe before you get your CDL, you got to learn, like, the semi-truck shove.
I don't know.
The whiskey wedge salad. And I wonder what she was hauling, too, you know. What if it was Coca-Cola? Wouldn't that be great? Coca-Cola, Jack Daniels, one gigantic Jack and Coke. I-95 shut down because of a jackknife truck and a Jack Daniels golf cart. So the truck driver got her stopped on the right shoulder and told the authorities that she took the keys from the golf cart because Diane was being combative and trying to get back on the highway. So troopers say they noticed that Diane was slurring her words and that her breath smelled of alcohol. When she was asked to show her driver's license, police say she gave them a restaurant card. Isn't that great? Give me your. I need to see your ID. I got a Waffle House gift card for it. It doesn't have my picture on it, but there's $25 on there. Wow. I love that.
What do you think she was going? I put $100. She's going to get cigarettes.
Oh yeah.
So she had to be. What was her purpose? Like what? Was
oh,
she
you mean
doing?
what whole
What
reason
was
she
going?
got in the golf cart on the interstate?
Yeah, she was going to get cigarettes.
Probably.
Yeah.
She looks like definitely. If we see this picture, I'm gonna guess that's menthol.
Virginia Slims.
Virginia Slims.
Yeah.
Parliament Lights menthol. 100s.
Shoulder burners.
Shoulder burners. But I love that she gave the cops not her driver's license, but a restaurant
This
card.
will work.
There's an IHOP card.
It's kind of like bribery, though, isn't it? I mean, you can't bribe, cops to let you go because, that's kind of like saying, here you go. This one's here. Here's one for Krispy Kreme. I know you guys like donuts, right? Here, let's pretend this never happened. You just let me go. But, yeah, so the article said restaurant card. And I don't know what that is exactly. Is that like a gift card, or do you think it's some kind of an employee ID badge from a restaurant she works at? If it's got her name and picture on it, does that count as an ID?
It's probably a gift card that had like 67 cents left on it.
Yeah. Good luck using this.
Yeah.
Here's one issued by the government of Golden Corral. You can use that in Florida. If you travel overseas and you have a card from the International House of Pancakes. That'll work. That'll get you across. Well, Diane is now facing charges of disorderly intoxication and resisting arrest without violence. And I love that.
Resisting arrest without violence.
Without violence. You've all seen this. You ever seen a kid at a food line have a meltdown, and he's not being violent or yell, he just goes limp and just lays down.
Oh, yeah.
It won't get up. That's how you resist arrest without violence. I think that should be the standard of how you get arrested, right? No, just go limp.
Automatically go limp.
You deal with it. Pick me up. You want me? Take me. You got to earn this. Let's go.
Yeah. Do the fainting goat.
Faint and go.
Yeah, just drop.
Yeah, all kids know that move. 2-year-olds know that move. Mom tries to pick you up, you just go, right? So later, Diane was told to sit in the back of the patrol car, and that's the picture right there of her in the back of the patrol car. But, of course, she refused at first. She said she needed her bag before getting into the vehicle. So they got her bag, and they found an open bottle of Jack Daniel's Tennessee Fire Whiskey. Tennessee Fire Whiskey. Sounds like a Chris Stapleton song. It's more like a John Cougar Mellencamp song. Here's a little ditty about Jack and Diane. I think everyone on that highway is lucky that this is all that happened. You know, you get Fireball and a chick from Florida. That's like, that's like giving that juice they gave Bruce Banner that turns into the Hulk. You know, you do not want to give a Florida chick Fireball. Well, they arrested her and eventually took her to jail. But when the police tried to handcuff her, they say she started resisting to a point where it was no longer safe to administer a field sobriety test. And I think, she failed the field sobriety test when she passed out behind the wheel of a golf cart. Seems a little redundant to me. Her court date is set for August 22nd, but for now, she has been released from jail, and she has a new job as a caddie for John Daly. There you go, boys.
Hopefully she gets a ride to the court.
Thank you, Justin. Brevard County, Florida. All right. Did you hit that share button yet? You guys know I do another podcast from time to time with my friend John Hefford, but he is in Toledo, Spain. Somewhere in Spain. And so he couldn't make it. But you know who did make it was my buddy Brent Blakeney, and we got to talking about the Dave Matthews Band. They were not invited to the Woodstock 99, which is bad for Woodstock. They could have used a little peace and love Dave Matthews Band. But anyway, check out this clip of me and Brent Blakeney on the Hefford and Reap Show talking about Dave Matthews. Let me ask you this. Dave Matthews fan?
I am.
Yeah, me too.
Right? We don't have to hide in the shadows anymore. No. You don't have to be ashamed of this. Stop making fun of him. Look,
I was
not you. I'm not
I was amazed the first time I heard somebody say they didn't like Dave Matthews.
Right?
I remember where I was and who said it, and the first time I heard it, I was like, "What? Why? He's awesome."
He's like, thank you, Sonia Collins. Like coming out here with love, DMB.
Yeah,
he was. I saw him last year in Raleigh. It wasn't the best Dave Matthews show I'd been to, but it was the first concert back after the pandemic. So it was like, oh, wait, what? Call it the pandemic?
I've not heard that yet.
Oh yeah, pandemic, dude. But it was like the first. It was outside at Walnut Creek
Amphitheater. Yeah.
But it was just like this amazing. Like, oh, concerts are back. Like, this feels like life again.
The first time I heard a satellite, I'm like, oh yeah. And I got like, I went through the phase where I was wearing corduroy pants from a thrift store and gray wool socks and Tevas, and I had a little leather beaded necklace that was like a choker. Like I did the whole thing for like three or 4 years, and I was all in, And so I love me some Dave Matthews, but do you know why I'm bringing him up today on this very moment, today, right now?
I have two guesses. as to why.
Yeah.
I feel like it's an anniversary of something.
Yes.
The first one being when he gave that speech at Farm Aid about cow farts.
I don't remember that.
Oh,
But,
okay.
Is that real? Or are you making that up?
No. 100%. He went up. I think it was like Farm Aid or... Yeah, I think they were playing Farm Aid. And he's like, the biggest thing with the ozone layer today is cow farts.
Oh, yeah. Wow. How long ago was that?
Oh, late 90s, early 2000s?
Yeah. I mean... And
either that or
people
the
have kept
Chicago
talking
poop
about it.
incident. Oh, I hate it. Oh.
Dave Matthews' tour bus dumped 800 pounds of poop on people taking a Chicago river cruise 18 years ago this very day. Isn't that something? I mean, horrible sightseeing.
Pounds?
If you were that day on the Green River, that river in Chicago.
It's not green anymore.
That was when Chicago was nice, too. If you did that today, it might be an improvement. Someone might say, "Thank you. I feel cleaner somehow."
Now,
Hey, Brent Blakeney, John Heffron. Go to heffronandreap.com for more Heffron and Reap action. All righty, we got one more segment, and we're going to wrap this puppy up. And my good friend, well, you know, I say in the beginning of the show that his name is Marcus Stamos because he kind of looks like he could be related to John Stamos, but his real name is Mark Hunt. And what we do in this segment is we go to a Goodwill, and we buy gifts for each other. We try to get around $5, and we exchange it or we unbox it on the show, right? Unboxing, people like that term.
Mm-hmm. It's a thing.
It's a buzzword. And so we're going to exchange or unbox gifts we got each other from a Goodwill. It's a segment that we call Goodwill Hunting. There we go. Let's go ahead and do it.
You got a $5 bill, you don't need no more. Shopping for a pair of khakis cause you gotta go to court. There's a bow hunting trophy, makes you think about your buddy. That's the hunting that you don't need a license for. Your Goodwill Hunting.
Goodwill Hunting! We are a Goodwill Hunting!
Talking about the film starring Jason Bourne, just being thoughtful while you're shopping at your secondhand store. You're Goodwill Hunting.
What? Goodwill Hunting!
Boy.
All right. Thank you, Justin Clyde Williams. Applause. Yeah. I'm sure people just zone out. See, in my brain,
Everybody's got so much to do.
in my brain, y'all are watching and hanging on every word I do, and I realize you're not. I realize you're off in the comment section.
We're
You're doing
doing our
other
jobs.
things, and that's why I like to point and go. "Blur."
It's got too much on them.
One of these days you'll figure it out. All right. So, Marcus, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
You go first. Seems like I always go first. You go first.
All right. So, here's my gift to you. Now I have to explain why I got you this gift. Okay.
Okay.
It's right here. It has to make sense.
Yeah, we got to try.
And I saw this,
It's
and
hard.
you jumped out at me because you have a daughter,
Right.
right?
And a son.
And well, I'm sorry, you have a son, you have a daughter, but I know that your daughter lives with you a lot of times. Son's out there in college; he's doing his
Right.
own thing, but you got a little girl in that house, and you know they're very particular about the toilet situation, right? They like soft things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a
like
sensory
gentle.
thing.
Yeah, right. And so I know sometimes you like to have a drink or two, and maybe I think that this is something that would go well in your bathroom that your daughter would enjoy. What year were you born?
1973.
I believe this is something from the 1970s.
Okay.
It came out when you was born.
1970s.
And I think that we should bring it back. And I think you would enjoy this in your bathroom as well as your daughter, and it's a safety issue as well. My gift to you.
1970s bathroom.
Yeah.
So I got out of that, and my daughter will like it.
What's in the box?
Who's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the box?
So much toiletry.
What's in the box?
Speaking of bathrooms,
Okay.
All right. There's more, but
Let's get to it.
All right, take that box out. Let's see what we got. Oh, this is interesting.
Huh?
So we've got a 2-piece tank set. Okay, over here. 2-piece tank set. So this is great. So I know what you're getting at. So you said I like to have drinks. So you're trying to say if I throw up, I don't hit my head. So this is a toilet cover.
Yeah.
And I remember my mama having one of these in her back in the day.
It's a shag rug for your toilet, basically, is all it is. It's a rug for your toilet, So, how many times have you been, taking a whiz and, or maybe you're going to throw up and you're like, I want to fall down. This will protect you a little bit. A little bit of rug for your toilet.
Just get a little bit of rug burn.
You might get rug burn. That's right. I mean, you and I would get rug burn because we have a lot of skin to worry about. Yep. Not so much with Stamos, but look, let me show you this. We've got it's a color-coordinated 2 lids rugs, 5x6, 2-piece set, it includes a deep pile tank cover.
The tank cover?
Form-fitting deep pile tank cover. Carousel made this.
So it fits right over the back of the tank, lid and all.
Yes, sir. It's washable.
And it's even got a little cutout for the lever, maybe.
It's lever.
Wow.
Let's see it. Let's open it up. Look at it. Oh, my goodness. It's dirty. It's black, too, dude.
That's the top.
Yeah.
That's probably... that's the lid.
That's the toilet lid cover.
Lid.
Yeah, it's got a little tie string there.
And this must be... Does it smell?
There's a dust in here.
Smells like grandma's house.
Water dated. Wear dated.
And that goes on the actual tank itself. Just fits over, ties in the back. Easy peasy. Pumping easy. It's got directions.
Instructions.
You can find a year on there real quick. That looks
That's what I was trying to find. I don't know what
year
this came out. But yeah, it's so black. Like, black goes with everything,
It's like a fur. It's an animal fur of some kind.
It's going to make your toilet look slimmer too.
Possum fur.
Yeah, because it's black. But
or skunk.
I don't know. Where's the lid? Where'd the lid go? I was going to look at the lid.
I don't know. You took it off.
The top of this. What do I do with it?
I don't know.
Is it on your side?
It just disappeared, man.
Okay. Well, yeah. I want to read the lid to see if there's a date on this because I told you 70 something, but I don't know. Maybe on here. Let's see here.
I think on this side over here. There's a date.
What are you looking at? It looks like some kid drew on this too. Snug, remove tank from. Okay, here's the instructions.
Well, I'm going to tell you, it's made in the USA, so it's old.
There we go.
Yeah, it's old. It's made in the USA.
The My Pillow guy should get on this.
Yeah, he's making everything. He just got coffee now. Did you see that?
He's got coffee now. He's got slippers. He's got pillows. He's got sheets. Which, by the way, I have a bone to pick with him. He talks about how everything's made in America. Made in America. His sheets, he gets the cotton from Giza.
Yeah.
What's so good about Giza cotton? All right.
It's not even heat.
What's good with American cotton from the South? You know what I'm saying? Get on it, My Pillow guy. Anyway, that's from me to you. Hope you enjoyed.
Your turn. Okay, so
no, it's your turn to give this to me.
Yeah, and I have to make it make sense.
You have to make it make sense. So,
okay.
You haven't officially given it to me.
So you're getting up in age. You just hit 50. Yeah.
Come on, man.
So we have a hard time bending over to tie our shoes now. Like you know.
Thank you for saying we.
We. I do too.
Yeah.
Struggle with some things getting old. Bending over, tying shoes, putting clothes on. Sometimes, especially if you get up for work, you're tired, you're sore.
Especially in the morning, right?
Yeah, especially in the morning. But this is a tool that will help you get dressed in the mornings.
Okay. A tool to help me get dressed.
A tool to help you get dressed in the mornings for getting old.
Okay.
It's for older people, I think.
All right.
So
I wonder.
What
is in this
the
thing?
box?
Who's in the box?
All right, let's see.
What's in the box? What's in the box?
I'm unboxing it.
What's in the box?
I'm unboxing the box.
There's a box in a box.
All righty. Let's see here. Sock slider.
No
bending, no stretching or straining. Looky here. It is a device that you use to put socks on.
Yeah.
Not a shoehorn. That's a different device. This is a sock slider. Comes with a handle. It helps to remove or put on socks without bending. Got a cradle design. Okay.
Yeah.
Expands and holds your sock open to slide your foot in. Soft rubber grip bottom.
1 through 4. There's your steps on the back. If you'll read those real quick, tells you what to do.
Number 1, place sock on the cradle. Number 2, lower the cradle to the floor. Okay, so see right there, I've got to bend over to pick the cradle up.
Well, somebody can do it for you.
All right, lower the cradle to the floor. Step 3, slide your foot in.
Done.
And then easily remove your socks.
Also, it's for taking them off.
Oh.
It's not for putting them on, right?
No. This is for... No, wait. Works the type...
Helps put on socks.
Put on. Yeah, this will be putting
So
them on.
you're putting the sock in
I
there.
can take them off with my other toes, see. You can just get in there.
Or your
fork it in
teeth. Or your
that. My teeth. I wish I was that flexible. All right, let's see what it looks like. Let's see.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, matter of fact, was as seen on TV at one time or another.
This was actually on television.
It was on TV.
At one point. See, you got your cradle.
And this sucker has not
A
even
bunch of
been
useless
used.
plastic, if you ask me. Oh, we got more
directions.
Wow.
Tells you the steps.
That goes there. This goes in like this.
Sock slider.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, dude.
Yeah.
This is great. So you slide it in like so. It's a little Lego thing. You put your sock. Can I just say?
Yeah.
I hope I never. I know it's coming.
It's definitely one of those
But
things
I
that's more
hope
trouble
I
than it's
actually
worth.
never get to the age where I got to worry about this. If I get to that age,
I just wouldn't wear socks. I'd
kill
wear
me,
penny
man.
loafers.
Take my legs off.
Or wear your bedroom slip. What's his name's got slippers out too?
My pillow
My
guy.
Pillow's got slippers.
Yeah.
You don't need this.
Yeah, we'll get to my pillow guy to just
send us some slippers.
Cut our legs off. Well, thank you, Mark.
You're welcome, and thank you for my bathroom accessories.
You're
That'll
welcome.
go well with my decor in there.
Do you have any ideas for us at home for Goodwill hunting items or gifts? I mean, we just go to a Goodwill, we pick these things out, and we exchange.
Hey,
them,
matter of fact, if you find something at Goodwill you think it would be cool for us to gift on
Right.
the show, send it.
100%. If you find something, you go like, oh, that would be good for John to give to Mark or Mark to give to John. Oh, I didn't tell you this. When I was in Austin, Texas, I had a lady come up to me after the show who likes the podcast. And she said, I love Goodwill Hunting.
Good.
Like, she really liked that segment. Alexa, I didn't ask you for anything.
What is she doing here?
Shut up. We got to wrap this show up. Any last minute thoughts, concerns, questions before we wrap it up? Wait, let's close this segment out. That's how we play Goodwill Hunting, Goodwill Hunting, Goodwill Hunting.
And we're going camping this weekend, so hopefully next show we'll have some good pictures. We're going to Virginia camping for the weekend, so hopefully we'll have some good pics.
We're going to Gaylax, Virginia.
Gaylax.
Yeah.
A little bit of gay, a little bit of
Just up the road. Monkeypox while we're up there.
It's going to be like 10 dudes, 12 dudes.
It's about 40 minutes from me, just about straight north.
Okay.
Come say hey, buddy. Elliot, any final thoughts, questions, concerns, corrections?
I'd like to give a shout out to our new viewer, Ben from Australia tonight.
Oh, good night, Mike.
Signed him up right before the show. So, hello, Ben. And
How do you mean you signed him up? You don't have to sign up for anything.
I showed him your coaster, and he scanned the QR code and
so he subscribed.
Subscribed.
Okay. Very
You're right.
good.
Sorry,
Thank you.
I'm old school. Sorry. Yes.
Yeah,
and of course, as always, lots of love to my special friend.
Oh gosh.
So I have to say they missed a marketing opportunity. There's supposed to be a companion to the sock slider. It's for condoms. It's called the cock slider.
Oh!
Where's that laugh button?
Come on, man. You earned it.
Too late now.
Give yourself cock slider. Actually, this is
That
the same
could-
size for
it
me.
is. Drum roll.
All right. Let's go to... let me ask you anything you didn't say you want to say today. Oh, good. Yeah, we're gonna have fun in. We're gonna
Yeah,
be
I just wanted to
camping.
let everybody know.
Fiddler's Convention.
Fiddler's
is up
Convention.
there.
It's the 70th something of it. We've been up there 13 years or so. We've been going.
Yeah.
So
maybe I should call Shane Mauss. Hook us up with some of the mushrooms.
Please
Wouldn't that
do.
be hilarious?
Let's get crazy.
Don't worry, Mom. I'm not gonna do that. The Alan Jackson. Any final comments, questions, concerns, corrections?
No, I'm good.
How you feeling in there, buddy?
I'm okay.
Thanks.
You know what? So Alan's got COVID, so he's been locked away. It's kind of one of the reasons
Medically
why.
sealed up in this room here, so
Yeah.
it's very lonely, but it's all right.
I know he's quietly loving it.
Actually, his is kind of.
Yeah,
I know he is.
So if
Because
anything's
no
messed
one's
up,
bothering him.
if
in
anything's messed up here, camera wise, sound wise, it's totally our fault, not his.
that, and he doesn't like people behind him talking while he's doing stuff, and he gets to be by himself in a sealed room with the door shut, and there's no one going, hey. He can just do his own thing.
Who's that?
Back there. But I'm happy it's almost over for you, Alan. Thanks for coming in and doing it anyway. Isaiah, we'll get to you next week, hopefully, and appreciate you all watching. Don't forget to rate, review, subscribe, and share. And I want you to know I love you. And thank you for watching.
Thank you, Mom and Daddy, and then we said hey.
Yeah. And for the Alan Jackson, for Elliot the intern, for Sergeant Mark Havaball, for Mark Hunt, a.k.a. Marcus Stamos, my name is John Reap, and I want to wish you a bicycle.
Well, life on the farm is kind of laid back, but I wouldn't know that I'm from a cul-de-sac. Don't shoot a bike and I don't smoke crack. Thank God I'm country-ish. Well, it's a kind of life, every day but no harm, but I do know a guy with only one arm. Keep your fancy smartphones and your self-parked cars. Thank God I'm country-ish. Well, I got a podcast that'll make you giggle. It ain't number one, it's right in the middle. The town's not big, but it ain't too little. It's time for country-ish. Go on, dude.
Hey, everybody, it's me again. I just want to say thank you for listening or watching this podcast. You know, we couldn't do this without supporters like you. Oh, wait, are you not a supporter? Well, you could be. It's real simple. Go to countryishpodcast.com. Click on the word support. That will take you to our Patreon page. That's our support page. And from there, you can support us many different ways. There's different levels. You got $5 and up. You got Pewter Pro, Rhinestone level, Executive Zirconia, all the way up to Platinum Elite, and all of them come with different rewards. We're talking hats, t-shirts, ginger beard masks, even be a guest on the show. You got to check out our Patreon page. Go to countryishpodcast.com, click on support, and thank you.
Mics are on.
Yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, so we only got to, 800 stars?
Just shy.
We didn't even get to 800 stars. It's fine. I'm not trying to get you to do it. I'm letting you know that's why there was no share stare. You know, you want me to put the wig on? You want me to do the share stare? They got to get more stars, and it's fine with me if we don't get there. So anyway, that's why. Hope you have a good one. Great weekend, and tell you, hug your mama, do your homework, stretch more. Maybe just go for a walk. I think sometimes it's good just to get out of your house and walk around. Maybe listen to a little smooth jazz, just to bring you a little joy.